Вас приветствует сегодня всемирная компания Universal Horse Data. Мы сегодня презентуем проект «Объединим конный спорт в мире». Меня зовут Ирина, и я сегодня буду модератором нашего мероприятия. Я хочу ознакомить вас с регламентом.
I would like to give you the agenda for this tonight's event. Right now, the CEO of Universal Horse Data, Dr. Bert van Rooij, for some 30 or 40 minutes will be presenting our project to you, bringing equestrian work together. Then there will be a Q&A session where we'll be answering your question, followed by a more informal communication. I would like to also remind you that we have an online broadcast to the YouTube channel, and hereby I would like to invite Dr. Bert van Rooij to present.
Thank you very much. I have a microphone here, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, all more than welcome here at this presentation. This is my first presentation in the group. My first presentation abroad, outside of the Netherlands, so it's a little bit exciting for me, so I try to make the best of it. I think I've made a few hours before, I've seen the organization, and I think Radion and Jaroslav did a very good job, and I'd like to applaud for them. First, let me introduce a few things about myself. I'm Bert van Rooij. I've been in the horse business in Holland for quite a few years. I organized great shows. I invented and organized sponsored competitions in the Netherlands, and I've been in the board of the Dutch Federation for about 10 years. And in that 10 years, Piet Rijmakers became world champion in Aachen in Germany in 2006. We appointed Rob Ahrens as a national coach for Holland, etc., etc., etc. And when you stop with being in the board of a federation, you have nothing to do. You're falling into a hole. And then you're going to think, okay, what's next, what's next, what's next? I've been in the horse business so long. What can I do to connect all the different branches and all the different businesses in the horse world to make it, for the horse world, a better place to be. I spoke with Piet. I was eating with Piet and his wife, and I said, well, it would be a marvelous idea to have a database of all the people doing business in the horse world. And he said, that's a great idea. Go for it. But then you have a problem. How do you do that? So I struggled for months and months and months and months. And then I spoke to Jos Lansink. He's a professional jumping rider too, from Belgium. And he said, well, develop something for me that I don't have to look on all these different website pages during the whole day, and make something that I have all these pages in one. Okay, with these kind of inputs, I started to work. And I met someone, a very young guy, a specialist in automation, a specialist in big data, because we are talking about big data here. And he said, okay, what do you want to do? And I told him my dream for an hour. It won't take an hour. And he said, okay, it's possible. But then you have to do it in this way. And he rolled out a strategy on my kitchen table at home. So I want to show you the result. We mentioned it, universal horse data. Some say data, but it doesn't matter. Universal horse data. And this is the first draft of a brochure that's developing now. And it's more the atmosphere we like to have on the project. I have to stand there because I have to show you in the demonstration with the mouse, etc. Go on, Rhino, please. Yeah. Just a few pictures with an image, with an atmosphere, an ambience. And this is it. That's okay. What is universal horse data? Actually, it is a mix of Facebook, a mix of Google, a mix of a marketplace, all the social media you can imagine, and then only for horse people, people who love horses, people doing business in the horse world, in the equestrian world. The starting is My Page. With My Page, this is your profile. Imagine here your own company. This is an example, an Australian horse magazine, but it could be any company. I'll show it to you. On this profile, they have news there, the news items. Can you follow my mouse when I'm okay? But the horse magazine also has products and services. For instance, they offer a magazine. Here you can also have a trainer like Piet. He has 10 horses, he gives lessons, he offers accommodation for other people, etc. That is here in the products and services. Of these products and services, 5 items are in the promoting, and he has that much followers, and he's following these people, these companies. The following of each other is important. With Facebook, when we get friends, we see all the messages of each other. This is not our system. You can choose whatever company, whatever private person you want to follow. And then I come back to Jos Lansing, and he told me, make something that I have only one screen with all my news items. I can follow here, for instance, the British Horse Society, but he can also be the world of showjumping.com, ekenews.be, or the Ukraine Equestrian Magazine from Nina, etc. So you can follow whatever you like to follow. This is the most used part of the new platform. This is your news feed. All the messages you see on an iPhone, on your iPad, on your laptop, etc., on all devices of all kinds. These news feeds are coming along, and they'll show to you, you saw a saddle? A saddle that was an advertisement. But many horse people don't see that as an advertisement because it's in their natural sphere of interest. I come back to you with the promoting side. Another great difference with Facebook is when you create posts. This is what I assume a lot of people know Facebook. Yeah? This is what Facebook does. A title, a text, some photos, some videos, etc. And when you're going to publish, it's a plain design. We choose to work with templates. When you have the horse world, you can easily define about 80 categories of the horse world. Lawyers, architects, course builders, trainers like Piet, accommodations, hotels, etc. You name it, at least 80, perhaps 100, no problem. For all these categories, we make templates. And the template you fill in for a horse is like this. The name of the horse, the gender, the story, all the pedigree, the experience, videos, photos, etc. All you want to add to bring your horse under attention. And then you say, okay, I have a preview, this is the advertisement. And when you agree with what you see, then you publish here. And this is the advertisement, and in your news feed, it looks like this. And it looks like this because it is always in this way designed. And from here, you can put it through to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. So you can use the system as a management tool for all your social media. When you want to show a horse, it's totally different than when you want to show a truck. Here it's horse name, disciplines, experience, character. Here is number of beds, transmission, number of horses, etc. So that's the advantage of the templates. Here is in Dutch a fridge, a heating system, that's English, water tank, etc. What all these companies, they have a small problem because they mostly have a very good, well-designed website. But they have a problem that website doesn't get too many visitors. They always want to have more visitors. The website of all these companies is not a kind of enemy for us, it's a friend. What does this company, Roelofsen, it's a major truck designer, truck builder in Holland. He said, okay, I have a button and it directs directly to my site. No. When you look at the Hickstead show in England, a little bit south of London, they have the same problem with visitors, to get visitors on their website. That's why they post this message about the Hickstead Derby. And when you click on it, you get a story about the Hickstead show with the competitors, with all the sponsors, with the contact details, etc. But also with these buttons you can add yourself. What they want to do is buy tickets. And then you get straight to the right page on their website. The system makes it easy for you to buy the tickets there. Same with horse feed, for instance. This one. Here you see the advantage of a template, because in Facebook you'll never get this result. And here you click the button and you have the dealer locator where you can buy the horse feed. One of the news feed I told you is an important feature of the system, of the platform. Also the search results. On the background, the coming months are functioning robots, programs that search the worldwide internet on veterinarians, on blacksmiths, on whatever category we have in the horse world. They make a huge database, so everyone can be found here in the search results. It will be huge. When Peter's going to the south of Spain and he gets troubles with a horse in Paris, he uses the system and he says, I need a vet. I'm in Paris now, plus 20 kilometers, show me. And then the right vet has to show up. That's the system. You look here for equestrian services. A lot of people, young people, they tick in some letters, etc., and the right results comes up. We think a lot of people in the horse world are not that clever with dealing with search results on Google, for instance. That's why we combined it with all categories. So you have to, it is easy for you to find anything you want anywhere and very fast. Here it's the first result is this company of soil, and it immediately goes to the right website. Now the promoting. Imagine you have a saddle. A saddle, you can think of a horse, a truck, whatever you want to sell. your foal, a jumping horse, a dressage horse, whatever. You say, okay, this saddle, I want to sell it in the Netherlands and in the United Kingdom. Here could be Kiev plus 50 kilometers, or Wellington, Florida plus 50 kilometers, or whatever you choose. And you can add more countries and more regions if you want. Here should have been dressage, but because there's a dressage saddle, and the people you want to reach, you qualify them as, for instance, professional dressage people, or trainers, or horse owners, or whatever you like to specify. Then you make a very narrow choice for your advertisement. And you say, okay, I want to promote it from that date till that date, and I spend €2 a day, or $2 a day, and then the system says, well, in this situation you reach 20,000, 30,000 people a day. Not when you say Kiev plus 5 kilometers, okay, but that's an example. Here is your account. You have already spent 54 euros, and that is your total. And when you say, okay, I've sold the saddle after 1 day, you stop promoting there on that button, and your account is still left there with the money. And you can control it. Every day you can see how many times it is shown, how many times it is read, and how many times they use links and buttons, etc. So it's very transparent. And you can very precisely choose your audience. This is not only for, the system is not only for businesses. It's also for private people, for pony girls. 15 years old, very proud of their pony. They make a profile. They have the girlfriends with them. They all make a profile with the ponies and the pictures, etc. Like they do on Facebook. And when they start, they only have to enter the telephone number and the email address. They are on the site. Plus, they get 50 euros for free. Why? We want them to use the system. For these 50 euros, they buy a template for their profile, small amount. They buy a template for riding boots. When they want to sell their leather riding boots, they are too small. In Kiev, plus 10 kilometers. And they say, okay, I want to spend 2 quarters a day in 2 weeks. That's fun. You have 50 guilders, 50 euros on your account. We want to promote the use of the system. I told you about the followers and the following. Another great difference with Facebook is that when you have, let's say, 10,000 followers on Facebook, and you make a selection like this. You chose Netherlands, United Kingdom. And 5,000 of these followers are part of your target group for this advertisement. Then you have to pay for these 5,000. That's a system of Facebook. That's not our system. We try to promote that you have as many nice stories, content as possible. And the more followers you have, the more people you can reach for free. For businesses, the number of followers is unlimited. And with creating followers, you get an extra, how do you say that? You get a lot of people as an audience for free, forever. that's the way we try to promote the system. The system is built now, as we speak. It's nice to say that it's built here in Kiev. It's a coincidence. And in April, May, and June, we're going to test the system. We're now busy in about 20 countries. I mentioned a few. Norway, Sweden, Denmark, England, Ireland, Holland, Belgium, Germany, Russia, Ukraine, the complete Middle East, Czechia, Slovakia, South Africa, I forget some, Brazil, Mexico, and we're talking with people in Japan and the United States, etc. So they will follow in a short time. In all these countries, we invite about 250, mostly young people, to test the system. And these young people have, like my daughter has, about 5,000 followers on Facebook. So when you have in all these countries 250 people and a few thousand followers each, then it will spread in these countries. In Holland and Belgium and Germany, the phenomenon universal horse data is now getting more known and known and known in the horse world. I think Radion and Jaroslav did a good job here to organize it for you. And I liked it to explain to you, and perhaps there are some questions now. Yeah?
Yeah, please don't be shy. Whatever questions you have regarding our presentation, just shoot.
Is there any exist countries already, or it's just pilot?
As I told you, we are building the system now. We established the company in December last year, so we're only just 2 months ahead. We decided to go full speed, and we're building up a network now with people in all these countries, country managers. They do the same presentation as I do here. So it's not live, it will be live in July. Then it's planned. When you go to universalhorsedata.com, you see some.
In the meantime, in all countries which you just mentioned?
Yeah, no, in more countries. In all countries where last week someone from Switzerland called us to cooperate. So it's every week a new country follows. I think that one of the reasons that I established this was that the horse business, and not only the horse business, but the business in the equestrian world in general, is not very transparent. It depends on who you know, who you trust, in what country, etc. And with this system, you can choose your public. You can choose your audience in whatever country you want to do. And when you have a good jumping horse, for instance, you say, okay, I want to bring this under the attention of all people now, being in the Sunshine Tour in the south of Spain, then it's possible for you. Otherwise, a lot of people don't know how to establish that. Or a breeder with 1 or 2 foals. In Holland and Belgium and Germany, they have to wait till the owner of the stallion comes along and perhaps give some money for the foal. But an active market he doesn't have. We try to create that. So it's a combination of international, yes, local too. It depends on where you want to sell and buy, etc. And it's not only selling and buying; it's also social. Is that an answer for your question? Okay.
Да, спасибо.
Добрый вечер.
Hi, this is really exciting. This is very interesting project. And I think it's great that you are doing this presentation in Ukraine. If I understand correctly, any citizen of the world can become a user of your platform. And for instance, offer banking services or insurance for your community. Is that right?
That is right, sure. I'm glad you asked it. It's not only the horse itself. It's all the services they're aiming at the horse world in total. Then you could have a dangerous situation because too many of these companies are targeting on the horse people. The system is clever. It's built here in Kiev, so. The system is clever and it has it knows for itself how many commercial, how many social messages are allowed on the newsfeed. But it's possible for insurance companies, banking companies. It's an interesting public. It's a very interesting group of people. And a lot of luxury brands, wineries, real estate people, etc., they're aiming at these people. One of the real estate agents in Holland, one of the main real estate agents, he told me, well, with this system, I can offer houses in Holland to rich people with horses in the Middle East or in California or wherever I want to show it. You can specify your target group. In a very interesting group of people, I think. Thank you. Are there more questions?
Yes, please. How do you finance this project?
How do I?
How do you finance this project? Will it be financed by the guidelines?
It's pretty expensive to build it, yes.
That's why I asked.
Yeah. We try to build it with so-called launching customers. There are a few things important when we start. That's this search result. How can you be in the top? And you have the promotion account. These are two main features of the platform. What we offer now in this period is for launching customers an agreement. It costs them 5,000 euros. It's a lot of money. But they get full use of the system till 2020. So from the launch in July, 3.5 years. And they get, in these 3 years, 3 times 5,000 euros on their account.
So in general, it will be payable for everybody.
It will be?
It will be payable for everybody.
Payable, yeah. If companies can afford it, if companies can afford it, they'll be in the top of the search results for that amount of money, and they get till 2020, sorry, every year 5,000 euros on their account, and we think it's enough for their advertisement expenses online, because you can put it through to Facebook, Instagram, etc. And with these 5,000, we try to finance the platform. But to give you an idea, in Holland, the top 10 of horse dealers for jumping horses, it's complete. And you only can sell it once. Eh? And Piet was the first. Other questions, please. No other questions. Was it clear?
Yeah, question. Can you register a horse and advertise the horse with the horse profile on this site?
The horse profile. Yeah. One of our customers, yeah, he is a Dutch horse dealer, and he sells the semen of a very well-known stallion all over the world. Perhaps if you're in the horse world, you have ever heard of Kornet Obolensky. He's in Kiev, eh? Also in Kiev. Kiev is the place to be. But the semen of Kornet Obolensky is very worthful, and he is the agent for Holland. They have an agent in Germany, and they have an agent in France, and the rest of the world, they have agreed it's free. So he made a profile of Kornet Obolensky just to promote the semen of a stallion all over the world. I think he did a good job. The answer is yes. You can promote only one horse. When I told you the company profile, my page, here's an example of a horse magazine, but you can imagine any business or any individual. When you like to have your profile here, please fill in. Come with us. Piet? Okay. Yeah.
Also mention about like first hand, first served. So basically this is about if the first companies applying, they are always in the top positions for all the life of the projects.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What Jaroslav told me was you can be only once in the top 10. And if you're not in the top 10, and in some businesses you don't have a top 10, you have a top 3, for instance, or a top 4. But when you're not cooperate in the top position, then you don't know when you will be found in the search results, because there's so many data in the system. When you're looking for a veterinarian, all the veterinarians are in the system. And if you're not be seen in the top, I don't know where you will be found then. So that's why the Dutch horse dealers immediately said, okay, top 10 for me. And the Belgians are following now, eh? Yeah. Because when Americans look for horses in Holland, but they can also look for horses in Ukraine. And if you're breeding and you have a very promising team of juniors and young riders, they're expanding to the world also. They go throughout Europe, and they're making the name of Ukraine everywhere. So the international mix will be stronger and stronger, I think. And we try to help with this platform. Questions?
If we want to participate in some kind of competition, like I want to participate in a competition that is advertised on your platform, how do I send an application? How do I know about these tournaments besides the websites that we have available in Ukraine?
Yeah. We offer a platform, and we don't offer content. So when the platform is, let's say, full in use, then an organizer of a show can put the information on a profile and promote the competition, the tournament, to a certain group of people. That's possible. But not from the system, not from the platform, but from the individual initiatives. What I spoke to an owner of hotels near Cairo, Egypt. There's a tournament in Egypt, And close to the tournament, there's one of these hotels he has. He has 100 hotels. One of them is close to the showground. And he said, well, when there's a show in Cairo, 2 months or 3 months before the show starts, I'll send a message to all the people that are coming with an offer of my hotel. You can imagine what is possible, everything. Is that an answer? Okay. Huh?
I have a question.
You have a question? Okay.
If I register on this website for free, on a free account, can I find sponsors or assistants or partners?
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't talk about it, huh? Honestly. That's a coincidence. I think, yeah. When you look at this page, it's all about Piet Rijmakers, sitting here. There is room for some logos of sponsors to promote their business on the site of Piet Rijmakers. Why not? We offer the possibility. And when you have the Radion Redco profile there, and you sell some spaces to companies, go ahead, fine. And if people say, who not know you, say, okay, that seems to be a smart young guy riding very well, I want a sponsor, he has the possibility. We take care of that. It's a good idea. He's looking for his own money.
Shall I tell you a short summary?
Okay. Yeah.
Perhaps you'll something else about it.
Okay.
Hello everyone again. My name is Miroslav. I'm like country manager in Ukraine. Sorry, thank you very much. So basically, together with Radion, we found it very useful project. That's why we started to promote it in Ukraine. We find this idea very attractive. As for our own examples, we got our iPhones, we're using it every day. Every time we just check our Facebook, our Instagram, and everything. And especially if you're talking about people who are really interested in horse sport in all of this world, for them it would be more like interesting to get all of this information, not like Facebook, Instagram, all the information around the world, but for them who are really interested in horse sport, they've got this app, they've got like, let's say a platform, website, only related to a horse sport. So basically, you can easily get all the information, all the details, and all the news all around the world, not in particular in Ukraine, but everywhere. It's a really good chance for all the sportsmen, riders in Ukraine and businessmen, just to show what's going on everywhere and all around the world. So basically, it's a big benefit and it's a big plus for us. So what Bert has mentioned about it, basically there are some ways you can register, log in, and to be a like user of this whole system. First one, it's really easy. On a free basis, you can easily just have access to this platform. You just enter your email or your phone number, then you just create your password, and that's it. And also for it, when you join in, you got like a bonus, a credit of 50 euros. So basically you start, you become familiar with the system, and you can see something that are already advertised in the system. And you see, okay, I can see this saddle, quite interesting. I've got some in my place also. I don't need them anymore, I need to sell them. And you can see I've got credit 50 euros, let's say, and I want to sell this saddle. Let's start from Kyiv. You can just choose the categories, particularly Kyiv, just Kyiv region. I won't touch like this category, just people who are looking for saddles, and that's it. It will not cost you so much. You can be really pretty sure and confident to use your credit and just start and see what's going on. It's a good chance you lose nothing. You just use your credits and you can see. If it works, perhaps you'll find it useful. If not, no problems at all. You can always be just a regular user, just to follow all the people who are you interested in. You can see all the news of Pete, how is going on, what's his high scores during all the event. You can see the results of Ukrainian team after this masterclass in our pretty stable. So basically, this is the way you can be like a participant on the free basis. On the other hand, if you're talking about a huge businessman, about really high standard stables, as for example, Equitas Club in Ukraine, or let's say Butenko stable near the Kyiv. So basically for them, I think it would be really much interesting to get some more benefits while using this system. In this case, they can go not only in Ukraine market, but they can also go abroad. Let's say, for example, Equitas Club. They want to create like an competition in our country, but they don't know how to target like different people abroad. So basically, with their profile, they could touch, let's say, country closer to us, Poland, Hungary, other countries. They just choose them. We've got this competition coming soon. We want these countries to know about competition. It's really good quality of the competitions, let's say. And also, there is a good price, winning price for this. So basically, what they're doing, they just have a chance to get a good profile that, as Bert mentioned, it will cost them around exactly 5,000 euros. And they've got, for 3 years, credits, not as on free basis 50 euros, but 3 years, and each year they will have for free to use 5,000 euros for their advertisement. And that's like the main plus of all the companies. But it's not like the main benefit of these huge companies or individuals who would like to join and pay like 5,000 euros. The main benefit for them currently, at the moment, still the platform is on a ongoing process. So basically, all the companies that join in, they will take accordingly their places in the system. So let's say there are some stables in Holland that already applied. And we can see they're on the top positions. Let's say if our stable will apply as well, like during a couple of weeks, let's say, they will be also in the list. They will be like, let's say, place number 5, number 6. And for the old time, they will be still remaining on that place. So after, let's imagine, after 1 year, when there will be around 200 stables, if someone just looking for a stable everywhere in the world, they can see our stable on the place number 6. So basically, it's first hand, first served. I'm sorry about that. That's, I think, the main point of this project and the way how you can apply. You can be just a regular user as you use your Facebook, Instagram, and I think you will like it. It's quite innovative. It's simplify our lives, especially for people interested and related to horse world, to horse sport. And I think it's really nice logo of all the Universal Horse Data is the connecting the equestrian world. And moreover, it's like all around and everywhere. So thank you very much.
Jaroslav, we're looking for 250 people for testing in April, May, and June.
Yes,
too.
and so what like the main current goal for us is while we're presenting this project, we would be really glad if people who are aware in Ukraine about our project, they were just register and log in the system during, let's say, couple of months while it's in a trial version. And this is, I'm sorry, how did you say, these users? What we are looking for?
Testing period, in testers.
In testing, yeah. So testers. If you find it interesting, useful, we would be really glad to see all the Ukrainian people that are interested in horse world just to be logged in there and just use it.
Yeah.
I think that's all. And if there are some more questions, just don't hesitate to ask all of us.
Otherwise, we go for a drink.
Спасибо тогда за внимание всем.